Hey guys, it's Isabella or Izzy if you're new here, and if you're already acquainted, you know the vibe.
All of them done they notice. I'm not joking. All my guys, them know me. Since '06, I've been writing.
So today I'm gonna be telling you guys how I got into college. I am currently a junior at Emory University. I'm majoring in psychology and minoring in sociology. Yeah, it's been a ride, but I want to give you guys the gist on how I got into Emory University. Okay, first up, SAT and ACT. Because I applied during COVID, I was graduating in 2021. It's been a while, so I don't remember exactly when I started applying to colleges, but just know like during like 2022, maybe probably sorry. So during 2020, I believe during 2020 around maybe October or September going, I was just basically applying to different places. Most schools were test optional. I just ended up submitting my SAT scores to some schools and not submitting them for others. Some schools have like a set SAT score for people that they accept into their school. So you don't want to be submitting your score when it's way below their score, like the standard score that they get. For specifically, I'm going to be speaking on like Emory because that's where I go right now. But for me, I did not submit my SAT scores. Don't feel like you need to. If you think that your SAT scores are good, then go ahead and do that, SAT or ACT. But then go ahead and do that. But please don't stress out about it. If your SAT you did it and it just didn't go as well, don't force yourself to submit it, especially if your school is going to be test optional. Just you can do without it. Also, I'll be talking about transferring credit. So for the international students out there, I went to high school in Ghana. So we did A levels. It's an international exam from Cambridge. So I did literature, sociology, and business. I know a lot of people battle with, oh, should I just do AS or I should just do the full A level? Let me advise you guys, just do the full A levels because I'm telling you, it will really benefit you if you're like applying to colleges, let's say here in America, specifically in America, because I know more about it. It's better to just do the full A level because you're bound to get a lot of credit coming into college. I was able to get about 18 credits before I even stepped foot on this campus. So imagine you've basically done like a whole semester or so before you even come into college. So that way you're not like you don't have to load yourself up when you come into college. You can just kind of ease into it, see, what you want to do, try different classes and all that. Next up is essay. So one thing about admission people for college, they want somebody that's personable. Somebody who is not just gonna be so generic and answer the questions like very surface level, but they want to know about you. They want to see your personality in your writing. So you have to really take that into consideration when you're writing your essays. I'm going to be reading you guys an example of one of the essays I wrote just to give you some inspiration of how to just deviate from the norm and just be different. Mind you, I was 16. So bear with me. The prompt was introduce yourself to your first year Emory University roommate. You're so pretty. I'm Isabella or Izzy for short, aka I to the ZZY, as only I would say. My last name may sound a little different because I am a made in Ghana product. Although born here in the States, some may say Aqua or Akuya, but it is Aqua. I promise my parents don't own a bottled water company. Anyway, I'm excited to get a new experience. I love Ghana, but I lived there for 16 years, basically my whole life. I believe new experiences are needed for growth because without experience, there is no learning, and no learning equals no progression. Some people say I give good advice. I guess you would be the judge of that. I am a classified counselor by friends, so please feel free. I'm here to help whenever I can. This I don't know why this essay to this day is still too funny to me because I really like in my mind whilst I was writing it, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be funny so that they're like, oh my god, this girl, she has some kind of charisma to her. Like, let's see what's like, more about her basically. So that they're more likely to be drawn to my application and be like, oh, she seems different instead of just making your essay about things like I think one of the most common like questions is like, oh, what's an obstacle you faced and how did you overcome it? People, base it off like, oh, academics, oh, I was failing in this class and um but I was able to study hard and get a good grade. Like that is not going to work with the essay because that's so generic and everybody would just resort to that. But maybe picking up a subject like, oh, some maybe you struggled with self self love, opening up about that. I'm not saying you should say your whole life story, no, expanding on things that are important to you in life. At the end of the day, they read tons of essays. And if they're going to be just reading the same thing over and over again, you're not going to be able to stand out to them. And so they probably would just like skim through and be like, okay, yeah, we're done. We're going to move on. Next on the list is extracurricular. I think a lot of colleges want to see if involved in their school and stuff like that. But let me be honest with you guys. In high school, I was a very shy person. So I never really liked to be in the limelight. I was not really in a lot of like leadership positions. You don't necessarily have to strive to always, be okay, I need to be president of this club, I need to be vice president or secretary. Like just try as much as possible to be involved in any way you can. If it's volunteering or if it's maybe just being a member of this club, but just being an active member, that will work. You don't necessarily have to have like a big title within the like club you're in to be recognized. I mean, yes, if you can do that, that would be great. But like I feel like it's not something that you should be really stressing yourself out about when applying to college or like, you know, before you go to college. You shouldn't be like having a list of like I need to accomplish or, you know, get in these leadership positions so that I can get to college. Even if you're not as involved, like you still have a chance of getting into a good school. Now, last but not the least, we're going to be talking about financial aid. Depending on the school that you're trying to apply to, probably going to be a site on the main school site, like let's say for me, Emory University, if you type it in and say Emory University scholarships, they have, although they have like the university scholarships attached to that, they also should have a site of external scholarships that they have. Just start applying to those, especially if you don't like you're trying to get a full ride or just trying to get a lot of college so that you don't have to stress about paying off your tuition and all those type of stuff. Personally, even during the application process, I don't know if this is true for all colleges, but they will ask you, oh, do you want to apply for a need-based scholarship? I did that whilst I was doing the application process. But stuff like that, you have to just make sure you take notice of that. And even after just, applying for scholarships, any scholarships that you see. Also, don't forget to do your FAFSA because that will definitely help you out. Once your college gets that information, they're likely to give you more aid so you don't have to pay so much. I'm gonna leave you guys with a little advice. College is what you make it. You can still have a beautiful experience even if you don't get to a school that you want to. I was rooting for George Mason. I was like, I'm going to George Mason. I'm going to George Mason. When I saw the aid, I was like, okay, sorry, bye. So I'm going. And I was just like, I mean, I was a bit skeptical going to Emory. I'm like, oh well, I mean, I was just very, I didn't know how I felt about going to Emory because that was not, in my mind, that was not my first choice. I've loved it. I mean, I've found great friends and, I've just been able to make that good experience for me. And I've been very open minded and, receiving of like what's going on. And so that's why I've been able to like enjoy my experience here so much. I hope you guys found at least some information useful for you guys applying to college right now. And good luck, guys. You got this. You're going to get into that college and you're going to have a great time. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all of that. Also, your post notifications so that you know exactly when I'm going to be posting my videos. Guys, you know I'm coming with the content. I'm trying. So please, please, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.